So you said this video goes hard? Right, so I don't really know what to expect. I think it's probably just gonna talk about, game systems and whatnot, and probably a lot of it will be talking about the people. And I'd bet, let's make some predictions. What do you think is going to be in it? I reckon it's going to talk about ERPing. It's going to talk about raiding. It's going to talk about the world being alive. It's going to talk about Lalafels being evil, and probably the story. That's my 5. That's my 5 guesses. All in one jobs. All right, let's give this a watch.
Hello there. This is Final Fantasy XIV, the game that you might have heard of spiraling about because of a gremlin who makes pizzas with a side of cobwebs.
I didn't know!
Never change, King. A monthly schedule.
We stand Asmongold.
Open world? Kinda. Why do I keep asking if it is or isn't open world? A game that caters to nearly every single player, from hardcore
who's that little
content,
geezer?
casual exploration, role-playing, crafting, and starting drama because of a fucking piece of furniture. I'm not kidding. Final Fantasy XIV is a game where you play as...
What did he say? Drama because of a piece of furniture. Is this like an auction thing? Oh! That was an unintended skip, guys.
Crafting and starting drama.
Oh, there we go. Alright, what is this chair? People are mad because Lala's got a baby chair? Well, they are children. Was it a normal chair, and then if you bought it as a Lalafell, it became smaller or something? Like, how did it go down? The Lala lifter. Oh my god. I think that's really funny. That's clearly like the devs just kind of memeing about the whole Lalafell being like small children kind of meme. And people are just like straight up mad about it. We're fully grown adults! They were genuinely mad. Vocal minority. Yeah. Classic situation. There's a scratching post for cat girls. Yeah, why would you not get mad at that? Cat girls are people too, Cat girls are fully adult people. They're not actual cats. Yeah. So is this the official post? As the title says, with patch 6.35, we received some new housing items, one of them being the Lalafell lifter. We have been begging for Lalafell furniture for the longest time, especially after visiting Tomra and seeing all of the Lalafellin-sized furniture. We haven't had an official Lalafell furniture since the step stool, so we were excited to finally have something that wasn't huge or way over our heads. Except this piece of furniture is not what we were hoping for. It is insulting, and a lot of my friends think the same. It looks like a toddler's high chair. It doesn't even look like a proper chair with a proper backing and arms. It's forced to stay a pure white color, and the diable area is the part that makes it look like a furniture chair. We've been hoping for Lalafell beds, tables, anything. But this, the chair, is a high chair in general, but not when the most descriptions in a lot of languages know it's specifically good for children and toddlers. Please reconsider changing the design, default white wood, to a more natural look, or rename it to anything that doesn't allude to Lala's specific item. I don't want to even imagine what's going on in people's in-game houses or RP venues, just to be told to go sit in the kids' corner. I don't get it. They literally contradicted themselves. They're like, oh yeah, we love the Lala footstool, but we fucking hate the Lala high chair. What? It doesn't even look like a kid's chair, though. Like, the kids' high chairs have that little table at the front. If it had a little table, and when you got in it, it put a little bibby around you so that it could catch your food when you slop it all over your face, all right, then I could see where they're coming from. But it's just the chair. So they're okay with, like, oh, yeah, we're short, lol. We can, we're short, lol. We can use a step stool, ha ha ha. And it's like, oh, we get a little high chair. Unacceptable. Ridiculous. How could they even? So this alludes to me even that the step stool went down well with the community. They were like, yo, and then the basically whoever's designing the furniture doubled down and was like, well, they really like the step stool because we played into the meme of them being short, so we'll give them a big chair. And then they're just like, you've gone too far. Now I can see why they might be considered evil.
Because of a fucking piece of furniture. I'm not kidding. Final Fantasy XIV is a game where you play as John Fantasy, or whatever unoriginal character
John
you can
Fantasy.
create, while selecting a variety of different classes to take into content that includes, but is not limited to, suicidal folks, edgy fucks, and daddy can step on me and I still won't get out of my ley line. Having a handful amount of customization
Black
for
Mage.
available races, glamour options, and reasons you should probably break the game's TOS. Motherfuckers can literally play tic-tac-toe on my forehead. Prog through intense fights only to get doo-doo dog shit rolls for your best in slot. Take screenshots of your characters to emphasize
Gear is not that important in this game though, right?
power fantasy of any kind.
Oh.
I really meant that. Have you ever wanted to play a potato with the potential to kill gods? Or a
Oh,
character
yeah.
that has been fucked by every single person's eye? Then this game is for you. Being able to roleplay, participate in difficult content, and
Suffering through roulette.
design your character to be an absolute badass or a hooker down Broadway Street. Create a furry with a color palette of strawberry milkshake. Play a class that's weapons are literal kitchen knives or bigger than your entire being.
Yeah,
Be a
Reaper,
nuisance to
baby.
people you believe to be your friends. Support factions that are literally hell itself to get some fuck-ass mount that shows off your panties. Play through the main
Dude, someone took a goddamn upskirt of my character yesterday. It was an innocent end of dungeon group pick with the guys from the stream chat. I was like, oh, let's get a pick, guys. It was so innocent. Look, we're all like looking into the distance, having a great time. And now I've been defiled. Now I've been goddamn defiled.
story quest that'll make you cry
Yes.
like a little bitch. And if you don't cry, then get flamed by the community.
Yo, why does he have massive tits? This is Final Fantasy. Poggers!
Have you ever struggled in making a purchase? You're about to. There is a Square Enix version of the game, a Steam version of the game, and a console version of the game. The Square Enix and Steam version are both on PC, but are both incompatible.
I heard the Steam one
with
is
each other
bad.
because they are like my divorced parents. So if you make a Steam account, don't buy Final Fantasy from Square Enix's website. No wonder they had to introduce the free trial. Alright. Welcome to the game. Before anything,
Let's
you need to choose
go.
what kind of character you want to
Just
be.
get
Whether
bad.
it is a projection of who you are, or making a more attractive version of yourself, or creating a character that you
That's what
wanna
my
fuck.
character is. Oh,
Respectfully, you have the option of starting with 1 out of 9.
dude, he put so many
Don't
fart
worry,
sounds
you
in
have the
already.
ability to use all 19 jobs in this game, so don't think about having a main just yet. Each job will show you which capital city you start in. Ul'dah is a city that is filled with STDs and people who are horny for Gil. Limsa Lominsa is the city where the Me Too movement began, and Gridania
Check
is,
it off the
well,
bingo list.
Gridania. Each capital city has a shithole
Oh, he didn't talk
called
about
the
ERP
Grand
actually.
Company, which system isn't even complete yet. Can you imagine that? Neither can I. So, like its unfinished ass, you turn away to do what everyone should do. Here
Ooh,
you
that's a
will bear
butt.
witness to incredible voice acting, as if I can do any better, and the desire to go 0-1 IRL because of the amount of filler quests you have to do. But don't worry, you'll finish it. Eventually. But at times that you're not being a nerd reading quote
Alright, real talk. I'm gonna be done with the MSQ by December of 2024. Still seems early. But the thing is, right, it's about the fun we had along the way. And also, I'm going to be doing all the side stuff, you know, like going to be doing the raids at the end of ARR. Then we're going to be doing the raids at the end of Heavensward. But yeah, no rush. I'm just enjoying the game. And we're going to have a good time doing it. And we're going to document the whole journey on YouTube. And obviously do it all on stream as well, right? Asmon return or Russ finish MSQ? That's a good question, Eros. Let me just get back to where we are and continue.
eventually. But at times that you're not being a nerd reading quote after quote, you are fighting some of the baddest
Oh,
motherfuckers
dude,
out
the
there.
bosses do look
I'll
badass.
be keeping this. But it's time to know how to fight them.
Kuma
you have
alert.
a select choice of 3 different roles: tank, healer, and damage dealer. This attracts damage, this negates damage, and this complains about everything. Whatever
little
job you
bitch.
play, dealing damage is your biggest priority, but so is surviving. So tanks will mitigate, healers
Nah,
will heal,
healers
and
adapt.
damage dealers will try to do anything in their power to not be an ailment to the party. If you want a summary for every job in the game, here it is. Tanks are basically the chonkers of the group that grab the boss's attention.
Chonkers.
Paladin, sword and shield at hand while having good sustain, range, and utility.
Child of God, absolute virgin, memorized every holy scripture.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Warrior, the axe-wielding barbarian that depends on no healer, having the strongest
Yeah,
sustain in the
self-heals,
game and being hella
baby.
friendly to people who have shit ping. Dark Knight, with a big fucking sword by their side, they are one of the least complex jobs in the roster. Having lots of OGCD spells in their arsenal, they can
Is it
keep
easy?
things interesting
Is it
for how
OP,
simple their
Dark
kit
Knight?
actually is. Gunbreaker, a gun sword to slash and blast their enemies, gunbreakers are the most fun jobs to play, with
Kinda
lots
cool,
of
I
combos
guess.
to dish out while having great mitigations besides. Healers are those caring mothers that will try to tend to every child that is in the party, including their co-healer. White Mage, the staff-wielding
opener.
simplistic healer that has strong heals that depends on people with good reactionary skills.
Blood for the blood
Scholar,
lily.
the nerds who carry a book in combat, they get support from their pixie friend while being able to heal and
Black
damage. Astrologian, carrying a fucking ball sack.
He just said astrologian. That he has to be saying that ironically. There's no shot. It is spelled like that. Astrologian. It's like Jamarocky, my favorite band.
With cards, these guys have the ability to flex between health regeneration and shield, so they are never the odd one out. Throwing cards to people to give them a certain buff, whether it is damage or mitigations. Sage, having whatever these things are, they are the turrets that heal with the damage they deal, being able to throw out
laser
many
beams,
spells
baby.
at a time with a plethora of OGCDs in their arsenal. Melee DPS.
I would definitely
the
wanna try
guys that
Sage.
complain because the boss turned and they missed the positional. What the fuck? Beholden to a tip and a spear behind it. These guys use many
Look at all the
OGCDs in
kitty
combination with their rigid, albeit simple combo system. Monk, using their bare hands for a good fisting. These guys are complex with their need for positionals, but having a free-form combo system that makes them more fluid than other jobs. Ninja, wielding daggers in the shadows, these guys have a relatively simple 3-step combo system, but they can be a pain in the ass for those who have shit ping. Samurai, carrying Nippon steel by their side,
Yeah.
these weebs are
Can't be playing ninja if you're playing on EU from NA or like EU from Japan or something. Honestly, ninja is the class or the job so far that I've seen that looks like the most daunting, and the one that I was like, if I fuck that up, I'm gonna be pissed at myself, you know. I think it's quite low down on my priority list to try out the jobs, but I will try them all. It's really fun. Yeah, I would definitely give it a go. Maybe I'm overthinking it and overcomplicating it in my head and stuff. Want to play selfless DPS jobs? Samurai. Yes, that I would definitely level up Samurai for those days when I'm like, fuck everyone.
pretty brain dead in terms of lining up their combos while following a simple rotation, but are named difficult because all their buttons are Japanese linguistics. Reaper, the edgelords that wield the scythe in hand and avoid send besides. The more simple job to play that revolves around simply pressing 3 buttons till your gauge is filled. Physical ranged DPS, the guys that are extremely inconsistent, being able to be the best of the best or worst of the worst. Kinda like their job. Bard, carrying a bow and arrow, these guys are a literal walking casino. But it is a job that has 2 dots to keep their damage going. But these guys are very, very inconsistent with their output, but they can give a ton of support to compensate for their inconsistency.
Is Bard RNG?
Machinist, being tech savvy and slightly
I thought Dancer was the RNG class. Bard also RNGs. It's in a bad spot right now, really. It looks cool though. The animations look cool. Like I think it was Freelancer who was in the dungeon with me yesterday playing Bard, and when he was firing off some of his abilities, they did look really awesome. Someone explained Dancer to me. Basically, it sounded kind of like Wind Fury in WoW, where it could like chain off itself. So you could get a proc, which could proc a proc, which could proc a proc. So like if the stars just aligned, you would just go like absolutely giganuts. But then obviously that could work in reverse as well. Your proc could end a little bit early, and then you're like, oh well, you know, averages out. So I imagine like if you put it on the I know it's illegal, but the FF logs with the passes and stuff, I imagine the variance of like the top end and the bottom end would be like hugely swayed. Unnamed FF botany site. I have never been to that website, and I will never go to it. I've only heard stories and myths. They could be myths at this point. I don't even know it exists because I've never seen a URL about it. So I've just heard about it. So I'm just speculating here. Don't concern me. Don't concern me.
These guys have a simple 3-hit combo punctuated by moments
we have
of high
Yoshi
activity,
Sip,
but they need
Mandeville.
a lot of finger work and good internet. Dancer, carrying chakrams in both hands, you give your highest damaging DPS ADP to upscale their potential differential damage while being the most adored support DPS in the game, being very straightforward and leaving space for optimization. Caster DPS, the guys that can only move via a wheelchair because they need to stand still majority of the time. Black Mage, a hard-hitting albeit tough job to play if you struggle to stand still. You need to know the fights like the back of your hand to know when to play risky.
I bet the
when
good
not to
Black
bite the
Mages are
bullet.
fucking
Summoner,
insane,
carrying
dude.
a book to summon the big primals of the world, you become the most simplistic job that you can play in this game by simply clicking on the shiny buttons showing on your hotbar. Red Mage,
Scribe play Black
wielding a
Mage.
rapier and orb thingy. These guys mix style with a wacky arsenal that makes them fun to play. Mixing range
Yoshi.
focus DP.
True, Yoshi-P plays Black Mage. That guy must be absolutely nuts at the game. I love that he plays the game and he's like so active in it actually, and he's also just an absolute giga chad. All right, here's the game plan, guys. We're gonna take over the Final Fantasy YouTube and Twitch scene to the point where Yoshi-P knows who we are, and then we're gonna meet Yoshi-P, and we're gonna have a gym sesh with Yoshi-P, and rip off our shirts and pose like Giga Chad. That is the end game for my Twitch content creation career. Cooking stream with Yoshi-P. Oh my god, imagine. He's nuts at the game. Yeah, like someone linked me again. This could just be propaganda, okay? It could have been manufactured, but there was a pass of Yoshi-P's character, and it was orange. It was a Black Mage pass, and it was orange. I don't know though, from what I've heard anyway. Yeah, from what I've heard.
Into melee-focused DPS,
Don't know if it's
supported
true.
with an incredible passive that makes resurrecting your incompetent
these Lalafels.
allies all the better. Blue Mage. What the fuck is
Ooh.
Blue Mage? So after you choose whichever job you have in mind, it's time to take them to hard content, where you will wipe again and again.
In my YouTube video, there was so many people going,
Before
"He
giving
missed
up,
Blue
this tag
Mage!"
is blacklisting every motherfucker that dared to join your lobby. Alright, time to cool down. Maybe you should try to enjoy something that actually takes your mind off things. Welcome to the Golden
Oh,
Saucer,
baby.
a place where gambling doesn't feel as bad as rolling for an item piece. Here you will learn distrust, hatred for the developers,
I don't know,
and
Tenjing.
abuse
It's okay.
from this
Ish.
one
That's
NPC
pretty
where
bad.
you plow him in a game of triple triad to finish your weekly challenge log.
3 little
Why,
words.
Tenjing?
Get fucked, nerd.
Say Kobe every single time you miss your shot in this
Kobe!
god-awful minigame.
Kobe!
Get
Nice
cut
cock.
by RNG. And keep earning MGPs, the currency of the Golden Saucer that stands for get just enough to buy mounts that are holy fuck. So you say fuck it.
2
Move
mil?
on to
Oh,
do your daily
MGPs.
roulettes to either level up your alternate jobs or farm these
Yo,
fuck
Dan.
ass tomes to get glamour, materials that cost more than your liver, or best in slots that are acquired outside of raiding. Piece of shit. Run around neighborhoods to find a plot only to see it's hella expensive for your bitch ass. But after you finally earn the money,
People keep trading me 1 million gil. I haven't accepted any yet, right? People do keep trading me 1 million gil, and they're just like, it's nothing, bro. It's chump change. But then in all these videos, people are like, oh my god, a house is 3 million. Ah! I could have a lot of gil right now. You know, I could have had the Asmongold experience, but I have been declining the trades. Yeah, the old housing system where you had to spam click the placard.
immediately lose it all after you realize that housing in this game is the only thing that isn't a fantasy, but a soul-crushing reality. So you accept your fate, become a slave creating cheese only to get undercut by some very nice person. And if some materials are too expensive, then it is time to run around the nodes and farm them.
Crafting mains. Shout out to the
and
crafting
again.
mains.
But oh, flippers, you didn't level up any gatherers or crafters. I guess it's time to be a lamentsome slut, where you stand around AFK in your most
glamorous of attires.
only to get catcalled and railed for
Why does she have a
700,000
six-pack?
gil. Fuck them.
My
that
character
much?
didn't have a
Must been in the wrong
six-pack.
profession. And at times where you don't worry about gil, you're performing things like fates, socializing, farming for mounts,
Is it mods?
rerunning older content, G-posing.
Oh,
and
G-posing is cool.
not that kind. This kind. Well, you're most likely getting fucked in that way anyways. Welcome to PvP. This is
He's
ranked,
made a
baby.
lot of
You
sus
die in
memes.
You die in real life. Round 2, baby. They never expect to come back. I may be low income, but I will never be low income. Well, there isn't really anything to talk about when it comes to PvP, unless you want to get that
Fortnite Battle Pass.
Oh,
I
baby.
just shit
Whoa! Oh,
Booted up my PC.
dude, I thought it was
'cause I
tits.
need to get that Fortnite battle pass.
And now it is time to stop. There is a lot of shit to talk about in this
Huh?
game. So much stuff to do, to mess around in, and explore. So many new people to meet and spend time with. Many jobs to master and many tasks to fulfill, like relics
Mods.
and instanced areas. And of course, many cat girls to fill. And with the many hours under my belt, experiencing the drama and the raids,
This guy is such a Kuma, bro. The amount of times he's talked about fucking and coming in this video is just crazy. Literally, I don't think there's more than like 12-second window where he hasn't mentioned one of the two words. Least 2014 player. Peggy 13. Hey, look, I don't make the videos, okay? I just watch them.
most importantly, why this game can be named Final Fantasy XIV. Yep, I can safely say that this really is Final Fantasy XIV.
Okay, good video. We got through it, boys. We got through it. Good job, Sander Lemon boy. If you want to go give it a like and stuff, I'm gonna chuck it in the chat. I'm gonna sub to him, so I want to check out his other videos as well at some point.